Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. New York Yankees vs Houston Astros. Our team pick is New York Yankees for the win. The Houston Astros have an American League best 23 road wins this season. According to Caesar Sportsbook, they are third in MLB with plus 700 odds to win the World Series, and according to Covers.com, Houston is the 6th most profitable team for sports bettors this season. After beating the New York Mets 5-3 in an early game on Wednesday, the Astros are 18th, scoring 4.4 runs per game, and third with 93 home runs. Yordan Alvarez is having an MVP caliber contending season with a .315 batting average, 21 home runs, 51 RBI, and 45 runs scored after hitting 2 home runs in the latest victory against the Mets. The New York Yankees have the best record in MLB and are 29-7 at home this season. Coming into this series, New York is second to only the Dodgers with plus 450 odds to win the World Series, according to Caesar Sportsbook. There hasn't been much to complain about for Yankees fans or sports bettors who have supported them this year. The team has been the most profitable team for gamblers to back this season. Offensively, they lead MLB with 5.1 runs per game and 112 home runs. Aaron Judge leads MLB with 25 home runs and is 6th with 50 RBI. Anthony Rizzo is tied for 5th in MLB with 19 home runs and 8th with 49 RBI. New York's pitching is first with a 2.88 ERA, and the defense is second with plus 42 runs saved on the season. Jameson Taillon, 8-1, 2.70 ERA, will make his 14th start of the season when he faces the Astros. Taillon is 4-1 with a 2.70 ERA in 7 home starts. In 2 career starts against Houston, Taillon is 0-1 with a 2.57 ERA. The pitching for Houston is third with a 3.03 ERA, and the defense is 9th with plus 25 runs saved. Southpaw Framber Valdez, 7-3, 2.78 ERA, is scheduled to start on Thursday. In 13 starts this season, he has 68 strikeouts against 28 walks. Valdez has a 4-1 record with a 1.61 ERA in 7 road starts this season. Against the Yankees, Valdez has made 2 career appearances and has a 0-1 record and 8.59 ERA. New York is an MLB best 16-7 against left-handed pitchers this season, and they come into this series on a 14-game home winning streak. The Astros are one of the best baseball teams, but they will have a tough time in a hostile environment Thursday. The Stros have dropped 5 of their last 7 games at Yankee Stadium, and Framber Valdez hasn't faced a lineup as tough as New York's yet this season, if there even is one. Valdez was also roughed up for 5 runs in 3 1/3 innings in his only career start at Yankee Stadium, which was back in 2019, so I expect some nerves here. The Yankees have won 11 of the last 12 starts made by Jameson Taillon, and I give them the edge to take the opener. Our total pick is under 8. The Astros and Yankees are 2 of the premier hitting clubs in baseball. Yet, they make their bread from the pitching mound. New York has the best staff ERA and WHIP and allows the lowest opponent batting average entering play on Wednesday. Pitching has been elite for the Astros as well, registering the 3rd best staff ERA, 3.04, and the 4th best WHIP, 1.13. This will be a series where the flashy bats from both clubs make headlines, but these teams win games because of their arms. Valdez has a 2.78 ERA and Taillon 2.70, and although you can argue they are overachieving, they have been excellent for their respective clubs. For that reason, I can see a 4-2 or 5-3 type of Astros victory. Chicago White Sox vs Baltimore Orioles. Our team pick is Chicago for the win. And here is why. Despite an improved record, a stronger bullpen and the introduction of key prospects, the Orioles are once again in last place in the AL East Division and find themselves already 20.5 games behind the red-hot New York Yankees. The Orioles have battled despite a couple of key injuries to their starting rotation thanks to a much improved bullpen. Baseball's number 1 prospect, catcher Adley Rutschman, had been added to the Orioles' everyday lineup, and he has recently started to show the promise that has everyone penciling him in as a future all-star. On Wednesday night against interleague rival Washington, big right-hander Tyler Wells gave the Birds 5 shutout innings on just 3 hits, and the Orioles and Austin Hayes came alive while batting leadoff and playing CF by hitting for the cycle in his first 4 plate appearances in a big Orioles win. Hayes tripled in the first, homered in the third, singled in the fifth and doubled in the sixth to earn the impressive feat. The Chicago White Sox came into the season as the favorite to win a relatively weak AL Central for the second straight season. The team strengthened its bullpen, still possessed a quality starting rotation, and had a veteran lineup. The early part of the season has seen the White Sox release one of their projected starting 5, suffer key injuries to the pitching staff, as well as multiple injuries to the everyday lineup. Things appear to be coming together now, as Lance Lynn recently returned to the starting rotation after missing the entire year with knee issues, and the team's best player, Tim Anderson, returned from injury. On Wednesday afternoon in the series finale against Toronto, the White Sox starter Lucas Giolito continued a rough stretch by allowing 7 runs on a season-high 11 hits in 5 innings of work. His ERA is 9.47 over the course of his last 5 starts. Baltimore has been scrappy and resilient this season despite having a team without a player having a standout season. In the team's last 10 games prior to Wednesday night, the Orioles are batting just .235 as a team. In that time, they are averaging 4.8 runs per game and have hit 11 home runs. The Birds will send converted reliever Dean Kremer to the hill on Thursday night. Kremer has been effective in his 3 starts this season as he's seen his pitch count move up as well as innings pitched in each start. He has 1 quality start out of 3 and picked up a win in his last start after going 6 shutout innings against Tampa, giving up 1 hit while striking out 5. The White Sox are happy to welcome back all-star shortstop Tim Anderson to the top of the order this week. Anderson has missed 22 games with injury this season, but leads the team in batting average and is second in steals and in the top 5 in hits, total bases and runs scored for the Chi Sox. His presence at the top of the order gives more opportunities for the White Sox power bats to drive in runs. On the mound in Thursday night's series opener will be Johnny Cueto. Cueto has been a pleasant surprise for Chicago after being picked up in May to bolster the rotation. Cueto has made 5 quality starts out of 6 starts this season and thrown 42.2 innings and given up 36 hits with a sub-3 ERA. Cueto has struck out 33 and walked just 11 in 7 appearances this season. Our total pick is over 9, and here is why. Baltimore was not supposed to be a good team this season, but they have been hot since the calendar flipped to June and are getting close to .500. They are starting Dean Kremer, who's 1-1 with a 2.35 ERA, well in his last 3 games, he's 1-1 with a 2.35 ERA, as he's gone 15.1 innings over 3 starts. As a pitching staff, they have a team ERA of 4.25, which ranks 23rd in baseball, and on the road that increases to 5.59. They are fresh off of a rain-shortened 7-0 win over the Nationals, in which Austin Hayes hit for the cycle in just 4 at-bats. Chicago failed to sweep the Blue Jays on Wednesday and will be starting right-hander Johnny Cueto, who's 1-3 with a 2.95 ERA this season. This season at home, Cueto is 0-2 with a 5.60 ERA, while in his last 5 games, he's 1-3 with a 4.11 ERA. As a team, they have an ERA of 4.10 while at home they have a team ERA of 4.51, and when they win a game they allow just 1.59 ERA, well when they lose that inflates to 6.73, so when they lose, they are allowing a ton of runs. The Baltimore Orioles have scored 9 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 5 of their last 8 games. The Orioles have won 6 of their last 9 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Austin Hayes leads the Orioles with 71 hits and 40 RBI, while Trey Mancini and Cedric Mullins have combined for 134 hits and 53 RBI. Dean Kremer gets the ball, and he is 1-1 with a 2.35 ERA and 10 strikeouts this season. This will be Kremer's first career game against the White Sox. The Chicago White Sox have scored 20 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 10 of their last 12 games. The White Sox have won 7 of their last 10 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Luis Robert leads the White Sox with 67 hits and 36 RBI, while Lois Abreu and Andrew Vaughn have combined for 129 hits and 63 RBI. Johnny Cueto gets the ball, and he is 1-3 with a 2.95 ERA and 33 strikeouts this season. Cueto is 0-2 with 8.00 ERA and 15 strikeouts in his career against the Orioles. Chicago's offense has woken up, and neither team's pitching staff has played well lately, which is why I like the over 9 runs here. The White Sox have gone over 9 runs in 5 of their last 7 games, while Baltimore has gone over 9 runs in 9 of their last 14 games, while one game was 9 on the dot. Both teams' pitching staff give up a lot of hard contact, which will lead to home runs and more base runners, which will allow the over to hit here. It may seem like a lot, but the ball has seemed to be flying more, and both teams have the power in their lineup to hit a ton of homers, so take the over 9 here. San Diego Padres vs Philadelphia Phillies. Our team pick is San Diego. And here is why. Philadelphia has been one of the most fascinating teams to follow this season. The Phillies went through a brutal stretch in May, losing 12 out of 16 games that resulted in the departure of manager Joe Girardi. They responded by being one of the hottest teams in baseball in the first half of June, putting together 15 wins in a 17-game stretch. Philadelphia is now in a surprising rut after losing to Washington and twice against Texas. The Phillies are in third place in the National League East, trailing New York by 8.5 games. They are only 3.5 games back of Atlanta for the final NL wildcard spot, though. San Diego has not been nearly as streaky as Philadelphia this season, consistently winning games for most of the year. The Padres had one of their most disappointing series of the campaign over the weekend, getting swept by Colorado on the road. They bounced back in style though, sweeping Arizona earlier this week. San Diego wrapped up the series with a 10-4 blowout on Wednesday. The Padres are sitting atop the NL West, leading the Dodgers by a half game in the standings. They are also 4 games ahead of third place San Francisco, so the winner of the division will need to maintain strong form in the second half of the season. The Padres have been decent at the plate, ranked number 14 with a batting average of .245. Star third baseman Manny Machado leads the team with 83 hits and a .328 average. He has been out for 3 days with an ankle injury, but he is listed as probable for this game. Second baseman Jake Cronenworth has 68 hits, while first baseman Eric Hosmer has 66 base knocks. They will be facing a Philadelphia staff that is number 16 with an ERA of 3.93. Veteran pitcher Joe Musgrove will be on the mound for San Diego in this game. He had his start pushed back one day due to a brief stint on the COVID-19 list. Musgrove cleared the protocols on Tuesday. He has been brilliant this year, producing a quality start in each of his 12 outings, posting a 1.59 ERA and 0.92 WHIP along the way. The Phillies have been a solid offensive team, ranked number 11 in batting average, .247. Designated hitter Bryce Harper leads the way with 75 hits, including 15 home runs. Right fielder Nick Castellanos has 65 hits, driving in 36 runs. They will be facing a San Diego pitching staff that is 5th in the majors, with an ERA of 3.42. Left-handed pitcher Ranger Suarez is going to start for Philadelphia on Thursday. He allowed 3 runs on 6 hits across 5.2 innings against Washington. His last time out Suarez allowed a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. He comes into this appearance with a 4.43 ERA overall this season. I am willing to back Musgrove at -140 in just about any given matchup, but this one in particular looks like a slam dunk. The Padres have been the better overall team this year, and Philadelphia has struggled to bounce back once it has gotten itself in a rut this season. The Phillies are coming off 3 bad games in a row and now have to face possibly the best starting pitcher in baseball, so I do not have high hopes for them. Meanwhile, San Diego should have its star third baseman back in the lineup on Thursday. The Phillies have advantages in just about every department, making -140 a great bargain. Our total pick is under 7. And here is why. Joe Musgrove has been sensational this season and has yet to allow more than 2 earned runs in any of his 12 starts. He appears to be catching a decent Philadelphia offense at the opportune moment as they have struggled to plate runs over their last 4 games. Expect another gem from a guy who is quickly emerging as one of the top arms in the league. Ranger Suarez has struggled this season but has done a nice job of limiting the damage, allowing 2 earned runs or less in 4 straight starts. The under is 4-1 in the Padres' last 5 and 3-1 in the Phillies' last 4. Expect to see a classic Petco pitchers duel on Thursday night.